Vechain has been one of the best performing cryptocurrencies this market cycle. Anybody who was holding Vechain about 1 year ago would be extremely happy with their investment right now. It has just performed fantastic. In today's video, we're going to take a look at what the price of Vechain could theoretically get to this market cycle. To do this, we're going to use previous data science and statistics to see where it's theoretically possible for Vechain to go. Of course, if you enjoy the video, like and subscribe. Help get me up to 500 subscribers. It would be much appreciated. Also, remember, nothing in this video is financial advice, and I'm merely doing a prediction. I'm sure many of you know what Vechain is already, and if you don't know, you can check out my Vechain fundamental analysis video. However, all Vechain is it's a supply chain management cryptocurrency, so users can use the Vechain network and scan QR codes to see where a good has been throughout the entire supply chain process. This means it's impossible to fake goods, so luxury watches can't be faked, luxury wines can't be faked, and all this will mean is billions of dollars will not be lost because of fake products being sold. In China, some people say up to 80% of luxury wine sold is actually fake. So Vechain is solving a huge problem here, and we can see this in its price appreciation. So let's begin with where Vechain is sitting right now. Currently, Vechain is sitting around a price of 16 cents per VET. This is pretty good, and we'll take a look at how much it's returned in the past year. As you can see, from low to high, Vechain has returned about 13,000%. The main reason for this is because Vechain has got a myriad of new deals where heaps of new companies have used the tech. So if you were buying Vechain all the way back in March, you were really speculating on a tiny crypto. However, if you're buying it now, you're buying one of the major cryptos on the coin market with a lot of deals. So let's extrapolate the data, see what it's done previously, and see what it could do. From low to high, over 140 days, Vechain appreciated by about 1,100%. That's no joke. It then had a period of consolidation for around 100 or so days, and it went down by 60%. However, this was before the next leg up, where Vechain appreciated by about 2,900% across 160 days. That's what it's done in history. As we can see, now Vechain is on another consolidation phase. I wouldn't be surprised to see if it was like the previous consolidation phase. We can see Vechain went down, it hit our bull market support band and went below. Now, the bull market support band is basically just the 21-week SMA and the 21-week EMA. So it's just the moving averages. It's really just the average of the price over the last 21 weeks. In my personal opinion, Vechain is looking pretty good right now. It's had a bit of a pullback back after a major correction, which I see as no problem whatsoever for Vechain, and it's hitting around levels of support at 14 cents, which is tested a lot, and we can see, I think the potential downside is the bull market support band. I wouldn't be surprised if we do what we've already done and just dance around the bull market support band for another 30 or so days before taking off again. As you can see, when Vechain takes off, it really takes off, and if it appreciated by similar percentages, we're getting a $4 VET. However, I don't think that's really possible, as Vechain has a lot more money in it now, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have another takeoff all the way to the $120 zone after we hit this bull market support band and test it. Right now, I think Vechain is looking like a pretty good crypto. Let's compare it against Bitcoin and ETH to see if it's actually looking good against the top cryptos, because when we're holding altcoins, we need to make sure they're performing better than the Bitcoins. Otherwise, why would we put more risk into altcoins if they're not going to outperform Ethereum and Bitcoin? Against Ethereum, Vechain is looking pretty good right now. I've drawn a general support range and accumulation range, which is the purple region here, where you can see Vechain generally comes around in this region against Ethereum for a prolonged period of time, and this is a good accumulation range for the next breakout. As you can see, Vechain has lost from its highs around 60% of its value against Ethereum. The simple reason for this is because Ethereum has just been going up and up, and it's been on a massive bull run. However, now the tides look to be turning. As you can see, Vechain is testing the bull market support band against Ethereum, and it's entering our accumulation range. I do think this looks pretty good against Ethereum, and I think we're going to see Vechain get back up to its all-time highs against Ethereum and go even further. So I do think it's looking good against Ethereum. Now, against Bitcoin, Vechain is also looking good. I generally don't like to play around with triangles that much on the charts, as I don't think they do too much. I like more macro analysis. However, it does look like a bullish flag pattern is happening here, and I would expect a breakout soon. Vechain has been a star against Bitcoin, which is what I love to see, and I really do believe Vechain probably won't be entering its accumulation zone, which is in the yellow, against Bitcoin anytime soon. So, in the short term, I think Vechain is doing very well, and I do believe Vechain has a high likelihood of breaking out and keeping on going. If we see Vechain's USD price and what it's done previously, the data suggests that we can just go up from here. We can do it again. There has been a very clear pattern with Vechain. It's gone up, and then it's consolidated around the bull market support band. It's gone up again, and now it's consolidating. This is not out of the ordinary, and if you're disappointed in the short term, I understand why, but I do think it's going to have another huge move up to the $1 mark. Now, in my personal opinion, and I've discussed this before many times on the channel, the market cycle is going to go for a lot longer and have diminished returns. As we can see, if we take out what the market cycle's done previously, we're ahead of schedule right now, and it looks like we're probably going to do something where we just trend around and eventually go higher, and Bitcoin hits around 120k. So, if we take a look at where Bitcoin could theoretically go, we can see where the total crypto market cap will go, because Bitcoin's currently the king. I believe Vechain is going to be one of the cryptos that does very well this market cycle. Currently, Vechain has market dominance of 0.51%. So that's what its market dominance is right now in the cryptocurrency market cycle. I do believe Vechain is going to pick back up in market dominance, and there's a few things for this. We're currently looking at Vechain at a low right now. Vechain has gone down a fair bit in the past month or so, so I do believe Vechain is not at that great of a price to compare it, and it was originally closer to 1% its market dominance a while ago. Now, I believe all of its huge deals make Vechain one of the fundamentally best cryptos. It has deals with the Chinese government and Chinese Walmart, so what they do here in these deals is they're checking food. They're making sure they're verifying food to see if it's safe. In China, there's been a huge problem with unsafe food and many people dying because of the quality of food and people in the supply chain lying to save money. The Chinese government are using Vechain to fix this, and with a government using your cryptocurrency, I believe this is great for Vechain, and this is huge. The biggest freight forwarder in the whole world uses Vechain, Price Waterhouse uses Vechain, and Louis Vuitton uses Vechain as well, so it's got a huge amount of deals. Now, the next reason why I think Vechain's going to pick up in market dominance is because of the community behind Vechain. Currently, if I look at any YouTube video, everyone's commenting Vet. Everyone loves Vechain. Everyone's keeping faith in Vechain, and my Vechain videos tend to get quite a few views. So I do think the community really loves Vechain, and I do think this will be why it picks up in market dominance. Also, the third reason is because Bitcoin dominance is a falling knife right now. I believe Bitcoin dominance could go under 30% this market cycle, and if it does this, Vechain will be one of the cryptos that comes up and capitalizes on its market dominance and gets a lot more market share that it can steal from Bitcoin. So I do believe some of the bigger coins like Bitcoin are going to lose its market share this market cycle, while Vechain picks up on Bitcoin and really gains ground on it. So, because of all of these things, I do believe Vechain is likely to reach a market dominance of 1% or more this market cycle. So, if we take my prediction of an $8 trillion market capitalization at Vechain's current market cap, that would put it at around 65 cents per VET. However, if we say it's going to reach 1% market dominance, well then we're talking about an $80 billion market cap, and that will give Vechain a price of $1.24 per VET. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? So I do really think Vechain will pick up this market cycle, and I think it can hit the $1.24 mark. If we look at the charts on Vechain USD, it's done these moves before, and to hit a $1.24 mark from here, this only requires about 700%, which, if we look at Vechain's previous history, 700% is not out of the ordinary. In fact, this would be showing significantly diminished returns every move Vechain is doing, which is expected, and I think a 700% move from where we are will happen for Vechain. I believe this is going to happen around sometime early 2022 when the altcoins start taking off. However, of course, this is only a prediction, and you should do your own research into Vechain and see if it's the coin for you. It's a very high-risk cryptocurrency because it's quite small in market cap relative to Bitcoin and Ethereum, so things could not work out and Vechain could plummet in market value. This is a bear case. I don't think it's happening, but it is possible, so keep it in mind that you're investing in a high-risk crypto. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe. It would be much appreciated if you could help me up to 500 subscribers. We just crossed the 350 subscriber mark. Thanks for watching the content, guys.